So here's a few tests you can try at home to see what your sequence is going to look like in your golf swing. Now you probably already know that the proper sequence in the golf swing for the low body is that as we transition out of our backswing, that we're going to shift lateral through the pelvis, we're going to rotate the pelvis and extend the pelvis, okay? And that's all great, but the thing is, can you physically do that? So I'm going to show you some tests right now to see if you can actually physically do what the golf pro is asking you to do. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to need a couple golf clubs. I got a 6-iron on the floor, and you can just take whatever iron here. And I want you to do this first one in front of a mirror. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the golf club and we're going to put it across our shoulders. From here, you're going to get into your golf posture. First thing we want to check is, do we actually have the ability to rotate our pelvis? So when we get into our golf posture with the club across our shoulders, what we want to do is we want to use this club as a reference point. We don't want to see this club moving. This club should stay very still, right? From here, we're going to work on rotating. Can we rotate our pelvis without the golf club moving? So some things to look for is that when you're doing that, does your pelvis start to move side to side? Or as you're rotating your pelvis, does the golf club move with it? If it does, I want you to take note of that, because what we're going to do is I'm going to do this as a series, and we're going to address these certain things. So that's the first one you can look at, and that's going to tell you, again, getting that golf club across the shoulders, do I have the ability to even rotate my pelvis? Does it move side to side, or does everything move together? Okay, so that's the first thing we're going to check. The second thing we're going to check is the ability of our hips to even rotate. Okay, so that's why I have a golf club on the ground here. I have a 6-iron, and I'm just going to lay that 6-iron, the face of the 6-iron flat. I'm going to take my other club, hold it across my pelvis. I'm going to walk up to that club, and whatever side the club is on, that's the foot that's going to be down on the ground. The other foot's going to be up. From here, all the weight is in this outside leg, and I'm going to try to rotate my pelvis as much as I can without my foot rolling over, and I just want to, and without the club peeling off my pelvis. So from here, I just want to rotate as much as I can. When you look down, that club should be parallel with this club up here. It's a little hard to see in the camera, but they actually are parallel. So what we're doing is looking, do we have good rotation into our hip? So for a right-handed golfer, that left hip is important. Can we even rotate into it, okay? And then we can simply flip that club over the other side and test the opposite leg. And what we're doing is we're looking for imbalances there. Again, we're going to go through the series of these and show you different videos of how to correct some of these things. Last one I want you to check is get back into that golf posture setup. Now this time, we don't want the pelvis moving. We want the pelvis to stay still. What we want to do is we want to turn the shoulders. And what we're doing is we're looking for how much shoulder turn we can get each side. If we can't move those shoulders, then we have a limitation in our mobility. And if we're doing this and the hips start to move with it, then we know we're having trouble separating the upper and lower body. So some simple tests you can do at home to kind of start getting an idea. Can you physically go and do the sequence that the pro is asking you to do? What I'm going to do is a series of videos show you different protocols and different exercises we can use to help you fix these limitations that you may have in your body.